Welcome to Pete Shop Makes, where this week I take a portrait of man's best friend and turn him into some rusted sheet metal art. So if you want to find out how, stick around. Can you shake? Good shake. Good boy. Good boy. So the picture I'm using here is just of my dog Chuck, and I'm simply just going through this editing software and changing some of the black point, exposure, brightness, things like that, just so I can get a little bit of contrast between the light and dark areas, which will help when tracing it out. Those are going to be the portions that I carve out of the tape to paint over or add the rust chemicals. So once I find a setting that I like, I go ahead and cut out just the bust of him, and then I change the color to sepia, which allows me to be able to see it a little bit better when tracing it. Alrighty, so sort of our canvas that we're going to be using for this project is just going to be this 26 gauge sheet metal that I got from Home Depot. It's 24 inches by 30 inches. I think, which is going to provide a nice, decent sized canvas, if you will, for our sketch. So as you can see, also I have one side masked off already, and I have two of these. I'm going to go ahead and mask off the other one, and then we'll head inside to get our picture traced out. So now we got our picture all printed out and scaled down to size to be able to fit inside of our tracer. And this isn't a super high quality one. It was pretty cheap. I got it at Hobby Lobby for, I believe, $25. And it works okay, but you need to have a really dark room.
Not sure how well this is going to show up. You can see there's my image. And now all I got to do is just trace it out.
Alright, I think that's pretty good.
Chuck, how do you feel about having a portrait made of you?
All right.
Alright, so the way this is going to work now is I'm going to go ahead and cut out all the background first, all this negative space around him. And in order to do that, I got three different types of razor blades here. The typical straight razor, an X-Acto knife razor to get into all the detailed areas. And then this here, this is a fabric razor, and this little blade on the end, it rotates, it spins. So it allows you to follow like the detailed curves and things like that when cutting things out, and this is going to come in real handy. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this background cut out, and then we'll pick our paints. Alright, now we got our guy all singled out there. And I'm going to go ahead and just do some neutral tones in the back. This is just whatever I had laying around here. This is like a paint and primer, Valspar, Ultra, interior, exterior. Doesn't really matter. Just anything that will adhere well to the metal will do just fine. And I'm probably going to layer
2 or 3, just kind of lay them down and kind of go with whatever I'm feeling at the moment. So let's go ahead and get these shaken up, mixed up, cans open, and I'll start laying down the first coat. Okay, so there we go. I think I like the lighter better with the dark undertones. It's really going to make the rust pop, I think. I'm going to go ahead and cut out all the black portions with the razor blade, and then we'll paint those again. Okay, so we got all the tape peeled off. This is what we're left with, and we're gonna go ahead and fill the rest in. I'm gonna use probably some really bright, maybe like the primary colors. I think might look pretty cool. Red, yellow, blue, and I don't know. We'll go from there. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start painting over this right now. I don't think I was gonna like the multicolor. I think I'm just gonna do them all blue. I think the blue with the rust would look kind of cool. Nice contrasting colors. Alright, we'll go ahead and call that good. Wait for it to dry, and then we'll peel off the rest of the tape and start resting. For my rusting solution is just some muriatic acid and hydrogen peroxide, just a 1-to-1 in a squirt bottle. I'm going to be real careful with this. Wear goggles, use gloves. Muriatic acid's no joke. It will mess you up. Now that the metal is done with its chemical reaction and rusting, we can go ahead and put a couple coats of lacquer on, and then we can get started on the frame. So now for the frame, of course I can go with a nice hardwood. We have some oak, walnut, even exotics. We got Padauk, some Wenge, but for this project, I think I'm just going to go with some pine 1x2s.
So for this style frame, I decided to do something a little bit different. Instead of just traditional mitered corners, I decided to flip the two ends backwards, and I'm going to run some dowels through them and have them protrude out. So I went ahead and cut a dado down each side and removed most of the material with my router plane, and then you can see here how the corners will attach, and then I'll just run two dowels through each side like this, and I think it gives kind of a unique look. Now we're just going to add a little bit of contact cement, and this won't really adhere the metal to the backboard, but it will just kind of keep it in place while I attach the frame. These silicone spreaders, worth their weight in gold. Now I think if I were to do this frame again, I would have either used a darker wood or stained it to match the rust color. I think it would have looked more fitting, and just this pine is just too light for it. This is one of the best mallets I've ever made. Super simple. It's just an aluminum handle that my father made in high school metal shop, and there was no head to it, so I just put on this mahogany block, and it doesn't look like much, but it comes in handy when tapping stuff in on its side. I mean, it's got a flat register, allows you to get solid straight strikes on something when you might not necessarily be able to get in there with a traditional mallet or hammer. Okay, now that we got the frame on, I'm going to go ahead and trim off these dowels and sand it, and then really after that we should be pretty close to done. Being that this frame has somewhat of an Asian style to it, I decided to go ahead and carve some organic lines into the frame, and I think it really adds a unique look to it. Alright, now we'll just apply a couple coats of lacquer and get it hung up on the wall. Really pretty happy with the way it turned out, you guys. I think Chuck likes it too. And if you have any questions or suggestions, leave them down in the comments below. And I'll leave links to all my social. We're on Instagram, and you can check us out on Patreon. But if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, share with your friends. And as always, we'll catch you on the next one. Why are you whining? Why are you whining, Maddie? Oh, because he's got your bone. Chuck, can Maddie have the bone, please? Will you share? Thank you.